The atmosphere in the grand conference hall of Silicon Valley was filled with quiet anticipation. In just a few minutes, one of the most anticipated speeches of the year was set to begin. Elon Musk had arrived to present new technological solutions for environmental sustainability. The screens behind the stage were already flashing with the logos of his companies. But the highlight of the evening was not just another prototype presentation. It was a special guest, a little girl, who had miraculously made her way to the event and was about to ask the visionary entrepreneur some of the most unexpected questions. The start of the event, the audience filled the hall to capacity. Journalists, students, engineers, business leaders, and devoted fans of Musk. The stage was illuminated by bright spotlights, and in the foreground stood a sleek, transparent podium. The host of the event, renowned science journalist Lucy Drake, welcomed everyone and briefly introduced how Elon Musk had influenced the world with his ideas about space travel, electric cars, and solar energy. Lucy, smiling at the audience, ladies and gentlemen, today we are not only going to hear from Elon Musk about his new projects, but we will also witness an extraordinary meeting. Among us is a special guest, a young girl who wrote a letter personally to Elon, and he invited her here. Her name is Emily Parker, and she has a few questions for him. Let's give her a warm welcome. As the audience applauded, a little girl of about 10 years old walked onto the stage. She looked slightly nervous but happy. She wore a simple polka dot dress and held a small notebook in her hands. Emily, smiling shyly, "Thank you for inviting me." Lucy, encouragingly, "You're doing great." Emily, "Elon Musk is here, so I'll step aside and you two can talk." Elon Musk takes the stage from behind the curtains. Under the flashes of cameras, Elon Musk appeared. He looked as he always did, wearing a black blazer, a dark t-shirt, and jeans. His smile was friendly, though his eyes reflected a slight fatigue from his busy schedule. Elon, nodding to the audience and to Emily, "Hi, Emily. Nice to meet you. I heard you had something important to ask." Emily was a little nervous, but she quickly gathered her thoughts. She opened her notebook and, trying to speak clearly, addressed Musk. "Emily, Mr. Musk, I wrote you a letter because I'm really curious. Can science help save the planet from pollution? In my city, many people complain about dirty air, and I'm afraid that when I grow up, I'll have to live in a world without clean air or water." The room fell silent for a moment, followed by hushed murmurs. No one had expected such a serious tone from a child. Musk looked at Emily thoughtfully. The start of the conversation. Tough questions from a young mind. Elon, leaning forward slightly, "That's a great question. We're already doing a lot to transition to electric vehicles and solar energy to reduce carbon emissions. But, of course, we need to act faster. What do you think? How do you believe we can convince people to reduce pollution?" Emily, hesitant but determined, "Maybe we need to show them the results. For example, in my school, we grew small plants in a greenhouse, and when there was plenty of light and clean air, they grew better. But when someone smoked nearby or a factory released black smoke, the plants got sick. If everyone saw how pollution affects plants and animals, maybe they would care more?" Musk smiled. The idea made perfect sense. Simple and clear experiments can explain more to people than complicated graphs. The unexpected question about Mars. Emily, flipping through her notebook, "I also heard that you want to send people to Mars. If Earth becomes unlivable, will we all move to Mars?" The audience reacted with intrigued whispers. Mars colonization was one of Musk's favorite topics, but also one of the most controversial. Elon, with a serious expression, "I do want humanity to have a plan B, a chance to live and develop on another planet like Mars. But I don't want people to see this as an excuse to destroy Earth. Earth is our home. We need to protect it while also developing space technologies." Emily, tilting her head, "So you don't want everyone to leave Earth?" Elon, chuckling, "No, of course not. I want us to live in harmony with our planet. Mars is just another step for us to expand our knowledge and future possibilities." Emily's doubts. Can the world really change? After a few questions about electric cars and rockets, Emily suddenly fell silent, looking down at the floor. Musk noticed her hesitation. "Elon, Emily, is everything okay? You can ask anything. Emily, sighing, I just feel like adults talk a lot about change but do very little. I see people buying plastic, throwing it on the streets, and almost no one thinks about the future. How will you convince them to act differently? Musk paused for a moment. His gaze drifted into the crowd, as if searching for the right words. Elon, it's very hard to change everyone's mindset at once. But we can create products and technologies that are more convenient and better than the old ones. If an electric car is cheaper and better to use, people will switch to it. If solar panels provide cheaper electricity, people will install them. Progress happens through innovation first and then through awareness. Emily seemed slightly relieved, as if she had found part of the answer to her concerns. A surprise invitation for Emily. The audience listened attentively, and Lucy Drake kept an eye on the time. But before wrapping up, Musk did something unexpected. Elon, turning to Emily, you're very smart and curious. I like how you think. If you're interested, you can visit one of our research centers. You'll see how our engineers work and test new technologies. And maybe you'll even come up with new ideas to save the planet. A wave of excitement swept through the hall. Emily's eyes widened in surprise. Emily, astonished, really? I can go to your lab? Elon, smiling, yes, with your parents, of course. We'll show you how we develop batteries for electric cars or assemble rocket prototypes. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to invent something groundbreaking. Emily could barely contain her excitement. The audience burst into applause. Social media reaction as soon as the event ended. The internet exploded with discussions. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube were flooded with clips of the touching conversation. Musk and the little girl. This is the real future. Why does a child ask smarter questions than most adults? Heartwarming to see Musk giving young minds a chance. Hashtags like hashtag Musk and Emily, hashtag future is now, hashtag save the planet started trending. The video gained millions of views within days. Some praised Musk for his sincerity and encouragement of young thinkers. Others speculated that it was just PR. But one thing was undeniable. The meeting between the girl and the billionaire had touched people deeply. Final thoughts. A meeting that inspired millions. Weeks after the event, Emily and her parents visited one of Musk's research centers. She got to see battery development, talk to engineers, and even participate in a small robotics workshop. Elon Musk later tweeted, "Kids like Emily inspire me to work even harder to create a bright, sustainable future." This story became a symbol of how a single meeting can ignite curiosity and inspire the next generation. A reminder that every action matters, every idea can change the world, and every voice, even a child's, has the power to shape the future.